Hello guys, you're welcome to my channel once again. Invarch has resumed its bid to secure a parachain slot after the first attempt, and you need to hurry up guys. I will tell you the reason why you need to hurry up. 12% has been contributed so far, so there's little to no time to waste. So first, a premier on Crowdloans. Now Crowdloans are systems where people put their resources together so that a project can secure a parachain slot on Polkadot. Now the reason why do they need to secure a parachain slot is because of block space demand. So when you have a project like Ethereum, you see a project that has 1 million users is deployed on the network, and then you have another project that has 10,000 users. So when it's time to use and pay for gas, the project that has 10,000 users will pay the same fees like the one who has 1 million users. So to stop that, and this is where Polkadot comes in. Polkadot has what we call the relation model and the parachain model. So what that means is that the relation does not support smart contract, does not support any specific use case. It's for security of the network. So different chains can connect to Polkadot as parachains. And to connect to that, they need to compete against each other. So you can see my diagram here. They are running, and now individuals, a man, a woman, a group of people who are a team, maybe from a DAO, a company, can decide to pull their dots tokens together, like you see here, like we have Invarch here and all that, and they start competing. It's like we have 100-meter race, right? There's a time it will end. So the first person to get there is the first person who has the most dots tokens. That person will win the auction. Now, a crowd loan, you are not loaning Invarch or you are loaning this chain your tokens. What actually happens? This is how it works in the first place. So if this is Invarch, for example, your dots tokens, they don't get to Invarch. So your dots tokens are here. So Invarch will just come and plug in their module and say, okay, these tokens that are being contributed on this behalf, they actually mine. Okay, with that, give me a parachain slot. And that's how they will secure a parachain slot. So at the end of the day, not you, not the Invarch team, not Polkadot itself gets access to them. Nobody can get access to them. After 2 years, you get access to your tokens. Now, but you say, okay, I'm loaning this project tokens. What do I get in return? This project that are seeking parachain slot, they will reward you with their tokens or whatever they want to use to reward you. Now, there are some teams that just Crowdloan it by themselves, by the number of lots tokens, and they do it by themselves. If they can do that, okay, but it's not really the best, because Crowdloan, not that the team cannot secure it, is that it's a kind of system to first do community validation. So the fact that people are willing to put down their dots tokens on your behalf for a long period of time, it shows that they believe in your project. Okay, let's talk about Invarch. What will Invarch do? Invarch is first a service parachain through the multi-sig hub with Samsung, and then it's an application-specific network that can help you launch DAOs, and it's a DAO hub. Now, what are some of the recent updates with Invarch so far? Remember, Invarch has a sister network called the Tinkernet network, and what that does is everything that Invarch does. So it's like like an experimentation ground, just like you see with Kusama. So they've been able to secure a slot, and then after that, I'm talking about the timeline now, they were able to do an LBP event, and the token is trading on Basilic currently. And then after some time, they launched the OCIF protocol, and you can see DAOs like UDAO, Wagmedia, Chaos DAO, all of them are getting funding through the OCIF protocol. So that's just some quick updates there. And like I said, Samsung is live. There's case live. It went live I think a few weeks ago, and many projects have sought interest in it, the likes of Nova Wallet, we got Talisman, some wallets. Remember we told you that you don't have to go and build something from the scratch. Existing wallets can integrate with the Santo. So in case you are not really aware of what Santo, I actually covered what Santo is. I talked about what our wallet function, like bank accounts and all that, and how multi-sig wallets functions like a joint bank account, and how Samsung comes in. Samsung is multi-chain, and you can deploy many things. It supports account abstraction. It supports things like gasless transaction if you bond Invarch tokens, and all manner of things that I talked about in the last video. I'll link it up so that you can watch. So let's talk about this parachain slot. I did a little bit of premiere about a total supply, so 1 billion will be. Now, the first time that Invarch actually bid for an auction, they located 1%. Now, the plan was that 4% of the total supply will be allocated to subsequent Crowdloans. But since they were able to secure the slot, it was a Color Foundation that was an anonymous bidder that came in the last minute. Won. So now they are allocating 4%. We'll see that later. And so these are some of the seed supporters. The likes of Invarch network will be and all that supporting the network. So you might be asking, why does this project need tokens in the first place? First, for fees. When they launch that IP virtual machine, they will need Invarch to pay gas fees. If you want to establish and register that, you need Invarch to pay. If you want to meet and register IP NFTs, the same thing. Now for bonding, for governance, and to enjoy gasless transactions, the token is for funding good proposals, whether they are technical or not technical. And then you can also bond your tokens or delegate your tokens to a collector and Invarch tokens. So collectors will be running the bonding tokens to keep the network secure and all that. Okay, let's talk about the Invarch token. What are some of the targets, the total supply, and all manner of stuff there. Okay, so 4%, like I actually said, is now allocated to this enterprise, so this endeavor. And then the target is 350k dots, and for each dot that you contribute, you get 11.285 Invarch tokens. 10% will be unlocked immediately after the Crowdloan when the tokens have been traded live, and then 90% will be vested over 2 years. And at the end of 2 years, your tokens will be returned back to you. Now you can see this diagram, it's coming down, they are being returned to you, unlike the first time when we said we were the ones giving them. And we can see that in this, we were the ones giving them. You can see you were the ones giving them your tokens. Now, remember, you're not giving them. There is a module which your tokens go. Now the dot tokens have been returned to you, right? So after 2 years. So lastly, let's talk about, there are some bonuses. So this time, what are some of the bonuses that you may want to consider? So they are very juicy bonuses. We have contribution bonus, milestone bonus if it hits a milestone. Contribution bonus, it's based on the individual level of contribution. So if you're among the top 20 contributors, you receive 5,000 ticker. If you contribute 100 or more dots, you receive 5%. If you contribute 500 or more, 10%. If you contribute 2,500 or more, 15%. If you contribute 10,000 or more, you receive 20%. So what that means is, taking for the person who contributed 100. So if you multiply 100 by this, you get this times 5%. So just think of the rewards. Now remember, for each of the bonus, this stuff still applies, vesting still applies. So the milestone is, if we check the rate, how many tokens has been contributed so far. So they've been able to raise 42,000. So the first milestone has not been hit. So we're still like 50% away from the milestone. So, but if they're able to hit 100k, which is the first milestone, 33% will be unlocked. So that is for the community now. So that 30% will be unlocked and will be given to everybody who made it according to what you contributed. If they hit 200k, the same thing. If they hit 300k, the same thing. And the next level of bonus is for those who are loyal. It pays to be loyal. So those who, when they did the token generated event, which was how people got the Invarch access pass. If you have the Invarch access pass, on your reward, you get 5%. If you are among those who, I told you this, there was an attempt to bid for a parachute slot at the first attempt, but I didn't scale, was unable to scale through. Now, those who, because there was an opportunity cost that you locked your tokens for a period of time before they decided the winner, right? Like if you contribute your DOT tokens now, if you check the what time the parachute will look for, so between this period, June 1 to June 8, and then July for Osho 45, July 1 to July 8. It means that if you lock your tokens, even before the winners are decided, you can get access to your tokens. So even if, like for the first case when Invarch was unable to secure the tokens, the people couldn't get access to the tokens. It's not a 2-year terminal. So for you to have made that attempt, Invarch is saying that they're going to reward you if you come back and contribute again 5%. That's a very good one. And if you locked up your Tinker KSM for the Tinkernet, the sister chain, you will get 2.5%. So very, very cool. Now, one of the things I want to say is that all these bonuses stack upon each other. So if you contribute 100 or more, you get the 5% bonus. And if you are among those who have an Invarch, you get another 5%. And then if you are also among those who contribute in the first batch, you get another 5%. And then if you are also among those who have this, you still get 2.5%. So you can add them. At the end of the day, you are getting more and more tokens. So I've said a lot. So how can you contribute? You can contribute from your wallet. You can use things like the Talisman wallet. There's a page for it. I'll link it up. Parachains.info. You can go there, join, and then you can use the Polkadot.js wallet. If you're not familiar with that, you can use from the mobile device. That was where I contributed from. I also write a thread on how to do that. I used the Nova wallet. So that was what I used to contribute to my tokens. So thank you very much for reading. Let's put our DOT tokens to ensure that the created economy comes to life through the Invarch network. Thank you for watching and play your parts to help Invarch become a parachain slot, a parachain on the Polkadot network. Bye.